Now, AC campaigns, it's the latest one, you know, it came to, and it stands for Advantage Shopping. Now, this month, it's February 2025, they changed it to sales campaign, and they're going to do some changes which we're going to discuss in a little bit. What we have over here is another style. So Meta is trying to say that we don't believe that you're doing proper settings over here, so we're going to have a preset over here which is, by the way, Advantage Plus again, all of it, audience and all of that. And we're going to do that because we want you to control only the creative and just upload creatives, and all of the other placements, targeting and stuff. This is something that we're going to do as a preset. In the way that it was standing until now, and when it was introduced, by the way, it's one of the few features that we had inside Meta that actually worked immediately. Okay, so the CBO campaigns, for example, they didn't work immediately. Other features within Meta, they didn't work immediately. The ASC campaigns worked immediately since day one. I do remember that they were giving also very big funding, that they wanted for people, more and more people to use it, and they were giving funding to people. I have two reasons that why it worked. It worked immediately because Meta, after iOS, realized that they need more data, and in order for them to get more data, they need to start doing retargeting on the campaigns. And on the campaigns, we do have, on the ASC campaigns, we do have a 20%, 30%. Some of the accounts recently I have seen also 40% and 50% on some campaigns, not on all, that it's doing retargeting. And with my friends and the people that we are doing also ASC campaigns in bigger ad accounts, I'm seeing that this is the audience that they're hitting first, they're retargeting, they're getting data, then they're starting optimizing more and more and more based on that. So this is the way that it's working, and this is why it's working better, because it's getting data first from retargeting, and then it moves to the broader audiences. The other thing is that so many people are using it right now that the algorithm became good. This is why they were giving so much funding initially for more people to use it, so that the algorithm can get better and better. If you remember the example from the crazy method about the shop ads and how they gave 1.7 million, this is what is happening here. More and more people are using this, and it's becoming better and better. We had a limitation of 7 per ad account. They removed that, and now we can do countless. I remember when I went to Dublin, I was actually telling them that this is wrong, and they were telling me that I'm crazy. Why do you need more than 7 Advanced Plus campaigns? And 3 or 4 months later, they actually made them unlimited. So it's a very good thing. I'm using them a lot. They're very stable because they are ABO. Remember, we're talking in the way that they are right now. So they are ABO, so they're very stable. We have some latest news that they're going to do changes, which I'm going to say in a little bit. Everything is on preset. You're doing nothing in terms of targeting. It means that it's only going to be broad. It means that in some new ad accounts it's not working. Remember the journey of getting from an untrained pixel to a trained pixel and sustainability. That means that we're doing only broad. That means that in some ad accounts it's not going to work. You ought to test it initially. If it doesn't work, move to something else from the other options that I'm giving you and the other methods, but test it first, compare CPMs and see. I'm having videos also on how to work with new pixels and stuff. So it's only broad targeting. The only thing that you're controlling over here is the ads. You can do, we have the campaign and the ad set being the same thing. Basically, you're just setting the time and you do nothing else over here, and country, of course. Over here, we're having up to 250 ads. This is going to change now with the new changes, and it's going to go to 150 ads. They tried the previous spring of 2024 to actually have different campaign, different assets. It's going to be like a CBO, and to have Advantage Plus budget, or if you want to work it as an ABO or as a CBO, Advanced Plus budget. So they're doing this change again. In the previous spring, it failed miserably. For sure, we're limiting to, we are having now multiple ad sets and ads per ad sets. You can have up to 150 ads per ad set. Now you had before 250 ads on the whole campaign, because you were doing only one ad set. You couldn't do more than one ad set, by the way, and you didn't have ad sets. The campaign and the ad set was only one thing. And you can do now targeting. You can do suggestion of targeting, and you can use different placements. So several changes here, even demographics or ages and stuff. So there are a lot of people that they were crying. In my opinion, and this is something that I don't understand also from people that they do it on their campaigns. If something is working, you don't just touch it. And I don't know why they wanted to touch ASC campaigns, because it's working pretty well on the campaign, on the ad accounts, and they're just touching it and they don't know what's going to happen. But this course is going to stay updated and we're going to see. Now, enough with this and the structure. Let's talk a little bit about the way that we're doing optimization here. Of course, you're going to see a lot of optimization on the Loom videos. The ASC campaigns I'm using from 1 to 10 ads, and the budget here doesn't matter so much. I will tell you why. Because we have really dominant ads that they might take 80% of the budget. So this is why these campaigns are more stable, and they are actually easier for us to scale or downscale and stuff without having problem comparing to the CBO, because we're having a dominant ad which is taking most of the time the budget. This is the alpha. Think of it as a group of as a pack of wolves. Then we have 2 to 3 beta. Most of the time it's 2, which are the leading ones, and then we have everything else. So most of the times it's one leading ad, it's the alpha. Then we're going to have 2 to 3 others that they're following with another budget. For example, think of it like this. It's going to be, let's say that it has spent 1,000, okay? So it's going to be 600 over here, 200 on the other, 200 on the other, and then it's going to be 40, 20, 10, something like that, okay? On the other ones. Let's make this one 500. To make sense. Okay, so with 1K spent, this is going to be the distribution, give or take. For example, it's going to be one really dominant. Okay, now there are several ways of doing optimization, but you're going to see this on the Loom videos, but I just wanted to tell you that there's always going to be one dominant, which means that you have a lot of ways of actually treating ASC. Don't expect from all of your ads to take budget, for example. This is one normal thing that is happening. Don't mix creatives inside here, because it's making it even more difficult for the campaign to optimize. And we have analyzed in another video why you should not do it. If you see that one of them is taking budget and is doing pretty well, you can duplicate the campaign, removing the one which is actually the leading ad and is doing very well, and run the others in order to see if you can optimize the campaign all over again and scale more, because the others didn't take budget. But the optimization part, it's something that we're going to check again and again in the Loom videos, and you're going to understand it. But for sure, understanding how ASC is working, it's also part of helping you to understand the optimization later. For sure, if something is working over here really well, you can always duplicate it without trying to increase the budget, because even if you increase the budget, it's going to go to the dominant ad, and you can just duplicate the campaign, remove the leading ad which is doing well, and actually let the others take spend to see if you're going to find any other winner. I have plenty of videos on YouTube that I'm proving that also. Now, in terms of creatives, understand that this is the process of testing. If ASC campaign is working for you in your ad account and you're having a good ad account which is working, then you can test immediately your creatives over here without having to do an ABO, because ASC is working. Put your creatives inside here, they're going to work immediately, and you're just going to have a campaign. We discussed about retargeting and the retargeting that it's doing, so we know that it's doing retargeting. Oh, another thing which we have here is the budget cap. So basically, people were crying that these campaigns were actually stealing sales from retargeting, because they don't understand that the more data that they get inside, the better it is. But they were crying about it, and they put it, Meta, to put a budget cap that you're not going to be able to target more than 10% of your existing customers and all of that. Now they're removing this because they have realized that this campaign is working also with retargeting, and it's making it better and it has better results. We have videos before why you should not exclude your past customers. This is part of it, and this is helping you understand more why they're also removing it. So this one is going away right now. Not that anyone was using it anyway, but that's it. So I think that covers it all with the ASC campaigns. There's nothing crazy. I don't know if craziness is going to come from this latest news and we're going to see more things or more actions from this, but for sure it was an easy, straightforward doing campaign with dominant ads. Optimization is much more easier. You're going to see it on the Loom videos, and we're having different ads over here that we can add. It was ABO, it was more stable. Having many in another account, it was an option, and you could scale or downscale or maintain the ad account. Very good campaign. I'm using it a lot. Now, a little bit about smaller countries. I'm guessing that in smaller countries, maybe even with a new pixel, you can start immediately there. If your full potential reach, for example, it's 5 million, maybe an ASC campaign is going to work for you since day one. I have seen it happening in Netherlands, in Belgium. I have seen it happening in Greece. I have seen it happening in Switzerland. So all the things that we're discussing about broad, for sure in some smaller countries, the broad audience is just an interest for United States. So you can use broad since day one, okay? There is no problem to that. And that means that you can use ASC campaigns immediately. Of course, they're optimizing for purchase event, as you can understand, because purchase event is what you should do. And the things that we are saying and we're teaching in this course, they're being, you know, like the budget cap and the purchase event and all of that and the hot pockets and stuff, the meta itself with all of the changes that they're making, they are proving it more and more. Now, why do they touch it? Because they're idiots, okay? I don't know. They have nothing else to do. We're going to have problems with it for sure. I hope that not so many, but who knows, maybe we're going to see crazy method ASC campaign, which is going to be, then again, optimization of CBO, which is going to be more difficult. Because this one, the optimization of ASC is something that they came up with 2 years ago. It wasn't there. It's a different kind of optimization comparing to CBO. So maybe it's going to be a new type of CBO ASC optimization that we optimize both on the ad set and the ad level, who knows. And it's going to be even more complex, but I will make videos, and since you bought the course, you're going to have access to those also later forever. That's all, and I will see you in the next video.